Breathe with me.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's Races and Events, February 6, 2014. Watching the news on the big screen right here in the studio, and of course it says it's like 32 degrees or something outside. I know when I wanted to go pick up Shelby from school, it was 29, but that's not going to stop us from going and riding and running this afternoon. Hey, weather does not know race day, I tell you that. So we listened to a little bit of Prodigy right there. Breathe with me, because you've got to breathe, folks. And we'll be right back. We've got a lot of callers calling in. We got Mac Williams from San Antonio Triathlete calling in. Maybe Andrew Willis. We don't know. I know Mandy's a little bit busy, but she's going to try to call in as well. And, of course, Ed Bandis from the Army Marathon calling in. This is Mark. While I speak for you, it is Races and Events, February 6th, and we'll be right back. Glimmer Gear. Increase your visibility. Be seen by motorists up to a quarter mile away. LED-equipped, state-of-the-art sports apparel designed to offer you comfort and safety while you exercise, train, and explore the outdoors. Visit Glamour Gear today. Enter the promo code ISpeakForYou and get 25% off. That's glamourgear.com, or give them a call at 619-299-GEAR.
And this is your Rule of the Week. USA Cycling Rule concerning helmets. At all times when participating in an event held under a USA Cycling event permit, including club rides, any rider on a bicycle or motorcycle shall wear a protective, securely fastened helmet that satisfies the standards specified in USA Cycling policies. Participating in an event means riding a bicycle in the vicinity of a race at any time between the beginning of registration and the last awarding of prizes, but it does not apply to riding rollers or stationary trainers in order to warm up. And that is your Rule of the Week.
Gentlemen, $50 gets you your own commercial here on I Speak For You. How's that possible? Here's what you're going to do. Step one, email us at info@ispeakforyou.net. We'll get in contact with you. We'll meet with you. We'll sit down with you, write out your commercial, exactly what you want to say. Heck, I will even let you make your own commercial. That's right, your voice, your words, your radio spot. What happens then is your radio spot goes on to all I Speak For You programming. You can take that radio commercial. We'll edit it, put your music on there, and then you put it on your Facebook, your website, your Twitter, your SoundCloud, whatever you want to do with it, it's your commercial for $50. That's right, from now until January 31st, $50 gets you your own radio spot. And then, hey, we can do it again in February. Get ready for the Valentine's Day sales. Get ready for Fiesta. Get ready for rodeo. Whatever you want to do, we can do it all year long. That's right, first person in the door, $50. Set your price throughout the year. Each month, it'll be $50. I Speak For You. Your radio, your music, your topics, your shows. I Speak For You radio and events are here to take care of you. Again, email us at info@ispeakforyou.net. We'll get a hold of you. Let's do your commercial now. Again, till January 31st, $50. I Speak For You.
You got the bullets, I got the gun. I got a hankering for getting into something. I hit the bottle, you hit the gas. 65 could really hold some ass. I'm feeling frisky, you're feeling good. I guess the whiskey is doing what it should. I got the cigarettes, you got a lighter. And when the sun goes down, we'll start a little fire. No use in trying to slow me down. 'Cause you're running with the fastest girl in town. Ain't ya, baby? I like 'em crazy. My reputation follows me around. Just makes me wanna give 'em more to double down. Let's go to town for a little while. I'll be wearing nothing but a tattoo and a smile. Ain't no use in trying to slow me down. 'Cause you're running with the fastest girl in town. Ain't you, baby? You're kinda crazy. Come on. I see the blue lights, we better run. Throw out the bottle and I'll have the gun. If he pulls us over.
You're listening to Miranda Lambert, the fastest girl in town. But let me tell you a little bit about what happened. Congratulations to Mandy Heinz, of course, of Hot Wheels Racing, taking the Ladies Pro Open this weekend on day 1 and day 2 of the Tour of Braunfels. Of course, you can follow all information online for Texas Racing at texbra.org. That's txbra.org. For this is Mark from I Speak For You. You can follow us on the internet at ispeakforyou.net. Our Twitter is, of course, I Speak For You. Our Instagram is I Speak For You. That's ISPEAKFORYOU. And we're getting text coming in already. They got it. That's good. And we are looking forward to a great show. Again, what's coming up this weekend is the Cedar Hill Race Festival in Cedar Hill, Texas. If you want to talk about Texas racing, if you have a race in your neck of the woods or your state, all you got to do is text us at 210-374-0140. Say, hey, Mark, we're racing in such and such, and give me the link, and I'll put that information out every Thursday. ispeakforyou.net, of course, free service. We do this for all the race directors and the companies out there that would like to talk about their events or their companies or their organizations or whatever you want to talk about. Hey, we'll do it. We have no problem with it. And then, of course, coming up in 30 days, folks, you can go to texbra.org. That's txbra.org for more information about the cycling races here in Texas. But, of course, here in 30 days, we've already put it out on Facebook earlier, the Driveway Spring Classic. My good friend Logan from Big Mouth Announcing will be on the microphone for that, and I'll be racing it. So we look forward to that one. The Driveway Classic registration is open, and it is online right now, so you can check that out. Maybe we'll get Andrew to call in. I'm not sure. But what a great day. It's a beautiful day in Texas. Of course, a little snow this morning, about 4 in the morning. We heard it hitting the windows and all that stuff, which, you know, a lot of the athletes are going, ooh, trainer time or gym time or treadmill time. But no, we're going to go out and do a ride this afternoon, go out for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, get out in the beautiful cold weather. And we invite you to do the same. If you want to go ride, just, again, text us at 210-374-0140, and we'll get that out. So what's going on? Of course, like I said, congratulations to Mandy Heinz of Hot Wheels Racing for a great race on Saturday and Sunday at Tour of Braunfels. Tobin and the crew put that on. A great job. And we look forward to hearing all about it as we get callers calling in and everything. Again, if you've got a race, you have an event, you've got something you want to talk about, it's really easy. All you got to do is call in 210-374-0140, and we'll get you out on the air, and you can talk about all you want. So this is Mark with ispeakforyou.net. Again, you can follow us on Twitter, I Speak For You, Instagram, I Speak For You. We're all over the place. We're getting ready for the race season. I haven't raced since 2007 was my last official year, I think. Maybe I did 2008. I can't remember. But we're back on the bike. We've been training a lot. taking our vitamins, doing all the P's and Q's and stuff like that. And we're totally looking forward to it. And we're going to have a great time. And our first race, or my first race back, is going to be the Driveway Classic, March 8th. So that's going to be pretty cool. We're looking forward to it. So we got Mac that's going to be calling in about 5 minutes, but we got some commercials that we need to play again. This is your station, your music, your topics. On Thursdays, noon to 1, races and events. This is Mark with iSpeakForYou.net.
And this is your rule of the week. USA cycling rule concerning helmets. At all times when participating in an event held under a USA cycling event permit, including club rides, any rider on a bicycle or motorcycle shall wear a protective, securely fastened helmet that satisfies the standards specified in USA cycling policies. Participating in an event means riding a bicycle in the vicinity of a race at any time between the beginning of registration and the last awarding of prizes, but it does not apply to riding rollers or stationary trainers in order to warm up. And that is your rule of the week. Were you aware? Texas has a law that commercial vehicles, when passing a road user such as a cyclist, runner, or walker, must obey a 6 feet distance between said vehicle and the road user. Texas also has a law that all vehicles, when passing a road user, must obey a 3 feet distance. Can you see me now? 3 feet, 6 feet. It's the law.
Glimmer Gear, increase your visibility. Be seen by motorists up to a quarter mile away. LED-equipped, state-of-the-art sports apparel designed to offer you comfort and safety while you exercise, train, and explore the outdoors. Visit Glimmer Gear today. Enter the promo code ISpeakForYou and get 25% off. That's glimmergear.com or give them a call at 619-299-GEAR. Well, hello, Mac. How are you, sir?
Doing good, man. Too early?
No, you're good. This is Mac Williams, folks, from San Antonio Triathlete. You can find him online at satriathlete.net, of course. I think that's the website. Is that correct, Matt, or am I way off?
Well, I made a change in January at sanantoniotriathlete.com now.
See, you totally threw me off, man. Totally threw me off.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I mean, I even saw your wall post and your beautiful banner and all that fun stuff, so I should know better than that. But, of course, Mac, we're going to talk about triathlons, of course, and a lot of other things coming up. But with it being off-season, there really isn't any off-season because we know we have, like, duathlons and stuff coming online and, of course, some incredible triathlons coming up in the season. So when really is an off-season for a triathlete?
Well, I think it just really depends on I'm sure a lot of different coaches have a lot of different perspectives on this, and so it'd be easy for some to agree or disagree with me on this. I think it just really comes down to the athlete themselves and when their most competitive season is. If you've got your age groupers that really enjoy the sport and more or less follow your summer or fall type races, their off season may fall between late fall through the winter, things like that. But you've got a lot of athletes that really compete year round. And so I think if you can't really compare the two as the same, because if you've got a guy or an athlete that's racing year round, because you got a couple guys like on the team, San Antonio Triathlete team. I mean, these guys they're doing triathlons through the year, and then they're doing half marathon trail runs in the off season, and and doing all that kind of stuff. And so I think really the big focus is for folks that aren't training year round during a traditional off season is to really focus on a lot of base training and really focus on in not intensity so much, but reducing that intensity and increasing the duration of their training.
Yeah, because when you started this obviously years ago, and we've talked about this before, that there really weren't a lot of races. You really had to travel a lot of places or do a lot of small ones, because I know Fort Sam used to have a lot of mini tries. But now it seems like every month there's a triathlon or a multi-sport event somewhere in the country that you can get to and obviously race at.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sitting there looking at my website now, and I'm sitting there looking at the races going up through the early spring in April, based on what I have on the registration page. I mean, there's 3, 6, 9. There's like 10 triathlons within the month of April right here in South Texas, and that's even if you include Tall Texan, which is the end of March. So I mean, that's a lot of races starting off right at the beginning of the year. And I think athletes just need to consider, if your age group are going into those early year races, just come off of a good base training for the off season and just kind of test your fitness. Approach the rest of the year with a good periodized schedule and really focus on increasing your fitness as you go along.
Now you're also a coach, so what do you tell your athletes that are basically getting in the water right now or at the various pools? What do you tell your athletes about? Hey, it's a long season. How do you calm them down? Going, okay, I need to do 1,000-meter swim right now, and their A race really isn't until August or September.
Oh man, stroke. I mean, right now my athletes they're training with fins. To be honest with you, I mean, last night I had 3 or 4 athletes in the pool, and I mean, we did 1,300 meters, 1,300 yards, and the entire duration of the session was in fins and focusing on stroke. And so I don't even progress them into a good endurance set until their stroke gets really good, because if you're out there training and your stroke you don't have an efficient stroke, you're just ingraining bad habits over and over again. So really, to get faster in the water, you really have to focus on efficiency, focus on speed.
So what do you want to put out to folks? Obviously, right now, how can we get your name out and obviously your company out to the folks in the world?
Oh wow, well I appreciate that. Check us out on Facebook. I try to do the best I can to, this is a one-man show at this point, but just trying to keep the community updated as much as possible on the triathlon happenings in the world. A good friend of mine, Coach Mark Cerrone, I'm posting his blogs every Tuesday on the Facebook page. Because for me, it's not about competition or, race names or anything like that. Mark and I are good friends, and, I promote him as much as I can, just as much as he do the same for me, and the same with, Coach Jim Rulan. So it's a community, and so I try to promote everybody as much as I can. And so, check us out on Facebook. Visit the website, SanAntonioTriathlete.com, and I have information on there. If I can do a statement about the coaching and the triathlon coaching and swim coaching services, and now we're renting wetsuits out starting in 2014. So we're really excited about that moving into the season and kind of replacing that service in San Antonio. So we have that available as well.
That's awesome, Mac, and obviously we want to plug you as much as we can. We're going to put you on our website and everything, because there's so many folks that have done marathons, have done cycling races out there, and they're like, hey, I want to try something new in 2014. I want to be a triathlete. So, like you said, we've talked about, there's so many races coming out online that folks can get in the water and start getting ready for.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think folks just got to get really, really excited, and this time of year it's kind of take some time and slow down and focus on the running efficiency, the cadence efficiency on your bike, and making sure your cadence is real efficient, and making smooth transitions on your degrees when you're moving from the back downstroke to the upstroke. I mean, it's just a lot. It's a very simple drills that you can do, but folks just don't take the time to do that. It makes such a big difference when you're climbing those hills and going long distance in triathlons and later on in the years.
That's so true. So, folks, what you need to do is go on Facebook, SA Triathlete, or go online, SanAntonioTriathlete.com. Find out more information. Find out how to get a hold of Mac, of course, and get your swim in, because he'll teach you the proper technique. I know myself, I'm just a flounderer. I'm just a dog in the water, basically. Anything for me to get through the water. I mean, hey, if I backstroke, a doggy paddle, I don't care. I just want to get on the bike. But you're that coach who'll get the folks to the next level and obviously make them more proficient, because there are cutoffs on triathlons in the water, so you want to make sure you get to that cutoff.
Absolutely. That's a big deal, and that just, one reason why I really focus on the swim. How much time do we have? Are you giving me, by the way? I need to either shut up or keep talking.
You got about 30 seconds, brother.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, just, focus on that stroke and, build that confidence for that open water. You'll have such a better race. And that's really what it's all about, is starting off real positive. And that's an awesome commercial about the 3 feet law. So, San Antonio Triathlete, we try to promote the 3 feet and 6 feet law as much as possible. So thanks for having that.
Oh, no problem, man. I'm out there every day. I don't like riding on a trainer, so I'm out there every day, and it's one of those I know, knock on wood, I haven't had any problems on any vehicles out there, but I know there's folks that have been stricken, like our good friend Monica and everything. So we do what we can, and obviously that commercial will always be playing.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for giving me some time, and appreciate you.
No problem, man. I'll call you later.
Train safe.
All right, you too. Yeah, so that Mac Williams, of course, SanAntonioTriathlete.com. You can go to SanAntonioTriathlete.com or find him on Facebook. It's Facebook.com, /thing, SA Triathlete. And then we've got Winner Chicken Burrito Organic Gluten-Free Dinner. Mandy Heinz of Hot Wheels Racing on the phone. Good. Hello, Mandy.
Hello, Mark. How are you?
How are you, Studette?
I'm good. I got to work. Isn't that crazy?
I can't believe that. Don't they understand that you won 2 big races this weekend, and they should just give you the day off or the week off to train and get ready for Irish Stagnant is coming up?
That's what I think, too, but unfortunately, just others don't feel the same way.
Yeah, the bill collectors don't care either. They're like, hey, congratulations on your win. Oh, by the way, did you win money? Because we'll take that from you.
Yes, they sure will. But yes, I did win money. That was really nice.
So that was your. I mean, obviously you've been training on that beautiful Guru, but that was your real first test, I will say, at race pace on the Guru with the John Cobb saddle, with the head wheels. I mean, all that. How did all that work out for you?
Man, it felt like free speed. It really is awesome. Finally getting able to test the Guru Photon R frame, and as R stands for race, just being able to curve the corners and just the stiffness, especially the bottom bracket with climbing. It is free speed. It gives it back to you what you're putting through it. And the wheels, it being a 25-plus wheel, especially on those gravelly corners, able to run at a really low PSI and makes you feel a little bit more safe in situations like that. So,
obviously, the competition was there. I know Jen was there and Sherry Roth, who were coming into form and everything. It's one of those, a lot of the ladies have been training because they know that the competition is getting very, 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 very tough here in Texas. So how did it feel to know you're off the front? Did they come up and tell you, hey, you're off the front, or did Phillip or someone scream from the sideline?
You mean for the crit?
Yeah.
Or for the road race?
Yeah.
For the crit, I had a feeling I knew what I wanted to do, and I took the opportunity to kind of pounce on it, and I knew I definitely had some time in between the girls. I just didn't realize how much. So they just kept screaming at me, and I think Mike Ledoux had rolled up and let me know my break time. So I knew to just keep putting the power through the pedals for a couple more laps.
So did you calm down after the race, or what did you do? Did you go around and just have fun and drink some wine? I mean, what did you do when you finished that first day, that first win? Did you go over to Phillip and go, that just happened?
Yeah, it kind of was like, all right, I guess the fitness is definitely there. All the hard training is starting to pay off. I mean, it's a long season ahead of us. I actually went and rode my bike for another 2 hours, so because training doesn't stop. It was only a 45-minute race, and I had to keep putting some miles in the legs, and but it felt great. It really did. It was definitely an eye opener, and knowing it was motivation too, just to keep putting in the hours and putting in that saddle time. So
what do you have to say for your teammates and stuff as you guys are getting ready to I don't know, you're doing mineral wells, is that correct?
Say that, yes, we are.
Okay.
Yes, we are. There's going to be 3 of us out there, and we're actually getting together this weekend to kind of do another training session just to learn to work together a little bit more fluidly. And I just can't wait. I mean, I'm in this shape, but my teammates are in just as good a shape as I am, which means that is a huge force to be reckoned with.
and obviously those gurus underneath you. I mean, everybody's talking about the color and everything, and obviously your photos on Facebook, that beautiful kit that you were wearing. How did that, and again, another thing is it was race pace, it was race conditions. How did that beautiful kit that you had on, how did it work in the weather?
It was great. The one thing about Vi 13 is they make their stuff a little bit more snug fitting. It's more aero. And for Saturday, when it was 74 degrees, it felt great. Now, when it came into Sunday, when it decided to drop Texas weather to 34 degrees,
right.
It sleeted, it rained on us. It breathed just fine because I was sure darn cold when I finished that race. I could not wait to find warmth. But that kit is just made to fit the skin perfectly, and still was able. It is a lot more tight, a lot narrow, but it does allow for room to move and the flexibility of the fabric.
So we talked about the Vi 13 kit. I mean, the head wheels, they just looked incredible. And like you said, they're a little bit wider because I have on mine, I have on my wheels, I've got 19s, but you're rolling 25s. Now, what's the big difference between rolling a 25 and a 19 to folks that don't know?
Yeah, so you're talking about width of the tire itself. And the wider the tire, you kind of think about a mountain bike. If you kind of look at a road bike and a mountain bike, I know that's a huge difference in thickness, but you have less rolling resistance, so you're getting a little bit more surface area. You're going to grip the surface a little bit better. The cool thing is now it is a 25, but we're riding in a 25 set rim. So it sits a little bit more deep into the rim, so it feels like we're riding a tubular, but it's a clincher. It is a little bit heavier, but you're still getting that tubular effect and less rolling resistance, which then equals free speed at a higher mile per hour, which everybody loves to buy speed.
Everybody has the need for speed.
Yes.
So how was the, obviously you've got one of the greatest mechanics in the world right there to take care of your equipment. And I know we're looking forward to Pace Bend, which are coming up. And then I don't think you guys are doing the Driveway Classic, which is March 8th. I think you're actually going to go somewhere else. Is that correct?
March 8th. Actually, I think we're going to be in town. I know a couple of girls that will be there, and I know Philip, Shama, and all the Shamas will be showing up for that race. And if we can make it work. Yes, if we can make it work, we'll all be there, Hot Wheels and all. So if the calendar plays out right, because I think the following weekend is Fayetteville, which we're probably going to end up doing that just to have another stage race before Redlands.
Oh my goodness! I'm so excited for you and the girls and the team. It's just amazing to, like I said, to interview you. You won a Cat 4 race in Houston to where you are right now. Obviously, you got Ash. Hopefully, Ash will be back soon overseas. Having fun over there in Russia. And everybody's like, "What is she doing in the Olympics?" No, she's not doing the Olympics, but she's over in Russia doing some work. But when she gets back, the full team will be together, and I really look forward to seeing everybody.
Absolutely. Yeah, and a big shout-out to Danielle Bradley, who just got married on Saturday.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Yes.
Beautiful pictures.
So we'll have...
And of course, we talked about the wheels and obviously the kit and everything. The bike itself, the Guru, is absolutely gorgeous, obviously, custom painted for y'all. But the big thing is about that Cobb saddle, because a lot of folks don't understand how well that feels on you or you feel on it.
Right. And, I mean, for you to be able to ride in an aggressive position comfortably and then ride 400-plus miles a week over and over and over again without any discomfort or skin breakdown, that right there and the saddle alone is putting you in a more effective and more power position. All three things just make that thing a home run.
That's so important because, like we talked about, and I think Michael Boker and I talked about last week, the CyclingSwami.com, we were like, hey, there's not an amount of butt butter that'll make your butt feel good if your seat does not fit you properly. And obviously the Cobb saddles do that. So you've got the entire machinery for you, and we look forward to more wins this year.
Yes, and you'll see us on our new 301s customly painted for the Hot Wheels racing team to match our Photon R's. They'll be here next week. So being able to shine bright at Ira Stagner.
Oh, my goodness, folks. Of course, you can find them online. You can follow them on Twitter at Hot Wheels Race. And then, obviously, you can follow them on Twitter, the website, hotwheelracing.com. That's H-A-U-T-E, not hot, H-O-T, H-A-U-T-E, wheelsracing.com. Find out more information, of course, based out of shamacycles.com. Shama over, of course, in Houston. Find out more about that shop. And Mandy, I know you have to get back to work, girl, so I really appreciate you calling in.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Cheers.
All right. Bye-bye. So, yeah, Mandy Heights, Hot Wheels Racing, what an incredible young lady. Last year, I think it was last year or 2 years ago, I announced her race where she was a Cat 4, which is a beginner racer, and she dominated that field, and now she's a Pro 1 racing with the big girls. And this is Mark with iSpeakForYou.net, and we'll be right back. Time for some commercials to pay the bills. Glimmer Gear, increase your visibility. Be seen by motorists up to a quarter mile away. LED-equipped, state-of-the-art sports apparel designed to offer you comfort and safety while you exercise, train, and explore the outdoors. Visit Glimmer Gear today. Enter the promo code iSpeakForYou and get 25% off. That's glimmergear.com or give them a call at 619-299-GEAR.
Were you aware? Texas has a law that commercial vehicles, when passing a road user such as a cyclist, runner, or walker, must obey a 6 feet distance between said vehicle and the road user. Texas also has a law that all vehicles, when passing a road user, must obey a 3 feet distance. Can you see me now? 3 feet, 6 feet. It's the law.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, $50 gets you your own commercial here on I Speak For You. How's that possible? Here's what you're going to do. Step 1, email us at info@ispeakforyou.net. We'll get in contact with you. We'll meet with you. We'll sit down with you, write out your commercial, exactly what you want to say. Heck, I will even let you make your own commercial. That's right, your voice, your words, your radio spot. What happens then is your radio spot goes on to all I Speak For You programming. You can take that radio commercial. We'll edit it, put your music on there, and then you put it on your Facebook, your website, your Twitter, your SoundCloud, whatever you want to do with it. It's your commercial for $50. That's right. From now until January 31st, $50 gets you your own radio spot. And then, hey, we can do it again in February. Get ready for the Valentine's Day sales. Get ready for Fiesta. Get ready for rodeo. Whatever you want to do, we can do it all year long. That's right. First person in the door, $50. Set your price throughout the year. Each month, it'll be $50. I Speak For You. Your radio, your music, your topic. Ladies and gentlemen, again, welcome back to iSpeakForYou.net. We are on the air. It's races and events. But, of course, we got CyclingSwami.com. Mr. Michael Boker on the phone. How are you, Michael?
Good, Mark. How are you?
I'm doing awesome, my friend. How are you feeling?
Well, I had another PT appointment this morning, so really feeling pretty good. It's cold outside, and, of course, I still have my shorts on. I always wear shorts year-round.
You're like me and my flip-flops, my friend. I'm like, I hate shoes. I'd rather be in flip-flops.
Yeah, it's a sight to see. You know, one industry, full-finger gloves, a big jacket with a hood, and my cargo shorts. So,
I tell you, you've had a big weekend last weekend. You obviously sagged out for a great team here in Texas that came south to get some riding in and everything, and you do that at CyclingSwami.com. But you also do some more things, like you have a ride on Sunday morning, the 9th, I believe. Is that correct?
That is correct. A lot of these shops do ride, but I mean the biggest thing that makes us freeze out in the cold is the other people, but also eating and fellowshipping, so to speak, afterwards on that. And we do one the second Sunday of every month up here in Austin, kind of off of Fitzhugh Road, and it actually runs out to Johnson City. So the whole loop is 55 miles. But there's no real water stop out there. So Cycling Swami puts up a tent and sets up some snacks for everybody, and really allows people to show up. And we encourage all club or team members to come out and get some good hill country training pretty close to home.
It's amazing, my friend. Now, what do you think about this weather? Because, one day we're in minimal kits, summer kits, I'll call them, and out riding in beautiful 70 degrees. And then the next morning it's snow or whatever this stuff is called on the ground. But it's going to clear up this afternoon and be 45 degrees and sunny. I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah, no, totally it is. We really take for granted the weather that we have in Texas. I mean, if you watch any part of the news or the Weather Channel, we don't have snowplows running around. We don't have cars slipping and sliding down hills on the streets. Unfortunately, we just have to bundle up. And I've seen some posts on Facebook this morning about guys riding in, and it was 22 degrees when I woke up. So, really hats off to those guys for bundling up and I guess keeping cycling weird to a certain extent when they could either take public transportation or maybe even take the family car because somebody was delayed for going to work for the 2-hour delay this morning.
Man, you're bringing up something about bicycle commuters. There was a young man, and I think he rode for Giant last year, 2 years ago. He was in Austin, didn't even have a car. You may know his name. I'm having a brain fart right now, but he rode his bike everywhere. There you go. That's right. Now
Kevin Gherkin.
Yeah, there you go. Who also has moved up in ranks. He's no longer a Cat 5. So he that riding his bike every day to everywhere really paid off.
Yeah, in fact, he actually got picked up by Super Squadron this year, sponsored by Austin Bikes out of Austin. So really good thing for him. And he's on the cusp of the I believe the junior stuff. I think he's 23, 24ish. So he is really a talented young man, very humble, very nice kid. Actually works in a bike shop up here. And, you strap a 30-pound backpack on and commute to work and take your extra clothes and your lunch and, the stuff you need for work. I mean, that'll add up on every base mile that you put in riding with a bag or commuting. So it certainly paid off for him.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because, those people that are out there, dying to ride or getting training in, they're like, oh, man, I made 100 miles this week, when Kevin's like, oh, yeah, I did that today, and he does it on a daily basis. But for the Cycling Swami, obviously folks can find you online, cyclingswami.com, or on Facebook, Cycling Swami. What have you got going on this year? Because you're into everything. Obviously, you're in a great clothing line, which we're going to talk about in a moment. But what's going on for Cycling Swami in 2014?
We have a goal of putting on about 6 events this year, whether that's either a kind of a team building, exercise or, going out. That's what was really fun about hanging out with the guys from McKinney Velo is I got to see some of those roads out just above Fredericksburg out by Enchanted Rock. And beautiful roads, really learned some good routes on that. But if anybody needs, any club wants to plan like a fall or spring party, kind of a team building exercise, or you just really want some quiet roads, we have those. But yeah, we want to do 6 events, and we're working with Team Mighty Fine. TeamMightyFine.org is a great MS-150 organization. We're working with them. They partner up with the Rudy's and the Mighty Fine organizations that do support for MS-150, and they do a high level of support. And they take people's bikes over there, shuttle the guys over to Houston. When you pull into the rest stops, you got your support crew ready to take care of you. So we've set some big lofty goals this year to partner up with different clubs and organizations and just really promote the love of cycling. I mean, those of us that are going out or wishing we could go out when it's 22 degrees, that means we really care about it. We really want to do it, or we're frustrated when we don't get to go ride our bike. I mean, sometimes I've had a friend ask me a couple weeks ago, actually, he's like, man, when's the last time you rode your bike? You're kind of grumpy. I mean, it is, it's certainly a stress relief. It's kind of like not getting your morning coffee. You're not the same if you don't get your bike ride in.
Oh, it is. It's one of those things that you see it on Facebook. People are like, oh, I'm moody when I don't get a run or a workout or a bike ride in. And athletes understand that. Obviously, their closest family members understand that. But you, like you said, you guys are into everything, and you're just not, the Cycling Swami is just not like, oh, okay, here's the information website to do this. You're actually out there in the grassroots, actually working your butts off to promote cycling to all ages.
Yeah, and we really encourage people to get the bike that they want, or, we do a lot of question and answer stuff when people are looking for a bike, or we're talking about bike fits. What are you looking to do? What events do you have planned? Even stemming into the back of why are you even getting involved in cycling, whether it's from a friend's perspective, significant other, or the doctor told us, hey, I can't run anymore. I need to get into cycling, and really want to understand the biomechanics so that I don't damage my knees or my body anymore.
And that's so true. I mean, it's one of those things, and you and I know each other for years. It's healthy for you. There's no stress on your joints. I mean, yeah, your legs and hip flexors and your back and all that's going to be sore. But you had talked about it real quick, because there's folks that go to bike shops and they're a little intimidated. They go to Performance or Austin Bikes or who have you, Austin Tricyclists, who have you, and they're a little intimidated to ask the questions. What chamois will work for me? Should I wear these gloves? What gloves will work? But they go to Cycling Swami, and you're like, okay, I'll take you from day one. I'll take you and say, okay, what is your riding going to be? Like you said, you're going to do triathlons, or you're going to do multisport, or you're going to do MS-150s. There's different kinds of bikes for different kinds of riders, obviously, and you have all that information from the years that you've had of experience.
How many years?
No. I'm saying you've had so many years of experience that you are that person that people can go to and go, hey, I'm not sure about this chamois. I want to get into riding. I want to do longer distances. I'm riding in running shorts right now. What do I need to do to become a better cyclist? And obviously, if they're scared to go into a cycling store per se, you have that information.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, the funniest thing is giving a guy or even a lady, for that matter, a pair of really nice bib shorts, and just asking them to go ride in it, and give them some time to ride in it over the weekend, and then asking them their feedback of how that compared to their running shorts or to another pair of shorts that they might have. And women's cycling is really growing, and it's even. I'm glad that Molly's on board with the Cycling Swami side to appeal to the ladies, because there's questions that ladies want to ask, but they're not going to ask a male salesperson. There's some different issues that ladies struggle with, and even from a bike fitting side, because a lot of ladies, or if they're not on a women's specific frame, they have to get really their fit dialed in, and their clothing is technical on their side for their body type. So once you get in bib shorts, 9 times out of 10 you'll never change out of them. You love the way that they fit. And one question I get is actually why do I wear bib shorts? And there's 3 reasons. The funny comical one is so your friend can't pull your cycling shorts down underneath your seat and win the sprint. The other 2 are from a practical perspective. With the bib straps, the chamois is actually going to stay centered underneath you where it's supposed to be. It's not going to work its way sideways or twist around. And then, the other one is just it provides a little bit of core strength too, because you have a little bit of tension on that abdomen, and just reminds you to keep that core strong, or that tight abdomen when you're riding.
Yeah, and a kit is so important, and let's go ahead and get into it, because you are a rep of one of the best kits or companies in the world, and one of the best cycling companies that make cycling gear in the world. So let's talk about Pace a little bit.
Yeah, Pace is actually made in Italy. It's been around since 1978 under a couple different names, but 6 years ago it actually changed the name to Pace, which "se" means 6 in Italian, but it is actually made in Italy with some great different designs. And the one thing that I love, and when I was searching out a product line to bring to people, is I wanted a product line that was high quality, that had great designs. But one thing that really impressed me about the company is on the retail line or even the custom line, you're able to get that same high-end chamois that you would find in the $200 pair of bibs. That same chamois is in our lowest price point as well, and that same chamois can be put in our custom product line for just a small little $6 upgrade. So the chamois being the foundation, that contact point between you and the seat, you want the best possible, the best fitting, most comfortable chamois that you can get in there.
Yeah, because that's so important. I mean, we all know you can go to I don't even want to say it, but I mean, obviously you can go to Academy or Sports Authority or one of those stores and buy a cycling pair of shorts for $30. But that $30 shorts is going to get you maybe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe a month before the stitching starts falling out or the chamois doesn't work as properly as you thought it was going to be. So you get what you pay for, is what I want to say. And obviously, Passé is not that expensive, but it will last you a long time.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, let's play a little humor here, Mark, and let's think of you own one pair of underwear to get you through 7 days of life.
Right.
You know, I mean, if you own one pair of bib shorts that, you know, are fairly inexpensive and you have to wash them every time you want to work out or every time you go to the gym, every time you ride, you know, they're going to wear out a little bit quicker than if you had two pair of poor quality shorts. But if you get one pair of high quality shorts, you know, those are going to be your go-to shorts. Those are going to be the ones that you know that you can go ride 40 miles, 100 miles with everybody and not have any issues. And there's just nothing like having a really good pair of fitting shorts. I mean, people come into the shop and they want to know what to get that person, and you know, usually you can't go wrong if they already own a good pair of shorts. You know, getting them the same high quality shorts or kind of getting their recommendations on that. But if you only own one pair of shorts with poor quality, you know, it's not going to really make you want to wake up in the morning when it's 22 degrees and put those scratchy pair of shorts on and go out and ride.
No, that's so true. It's so true. So, obviously, they can get a hold of you, cyclingswami.com. Passé is on there if they want to order some or actually get a hold of you and find out what it's all about. And there's another thing I want to talk about you, my friend, because you and I are so involved in this, the 3 feet law, because obviously it came out, it may have been yesterday, but I don't remember. I don't sleep really much, so I don't know what day it is. But it came out that the young lady got hit in Houston, to refresh your memory. Basically, the person who hit her really just got off light.
Yeah, you're opening up a can of worms there, Mark, because there are many stories.
It's my radio station, it's my radio show, and we can talk about what one. I'm not going to sanction myself or nothing because it really pisses me off that there's so many people out there that are out there trying to get healthy, and the government and the cities, and I'm going to get on my soapbox real quick, are talking about, we're doing so much for runners and for cyclists and everything, but they're really not taking care of us because there is a law in effect, and obviously there's nothing being done about it, is what I want to say.
Now, you better build another platform for that soapbox. That's why. I mean, I'm giving you high fives up and down for opening this can of worms. My comments on some of that or my Facebook post is, up in Austin, we had a boyfriend, girlfriend that were on a tandem doing a social ride. They were stopped at a traffic light, at a red light, obeying the rules, got rear-ended from behind, and this poor girl's face is just mangled. Luckily, they both had helmets on, but this is another example that's flooding the media markets of cyclists doing exactly right. They're obeying the rules. They're riding where they're supposed to ride. They're going the same direction as traffic. But a drunk person, a girl on some sort of chemicals, you know, other people are being negligent, looking down at a GPS and running over people from behind. And the driver of this one incident that happened in Dallas admitted that he was looking at a GPS when he struck this older gentleman who was riding on the road and doesn't get a citation for breaking the 3-foot law or negligence or anything along those lines. He's let go. He's allowed to drive off to wherever he had to go. While meanwhile, the 62-year-old man has a broken vertebra. His $5,000 Cannondale is destroyed. He's loaded in an ambulance, taken to the hospital, and is now in a back brace a month later and can't work. But people are being released from prison after the 48-hour holding, the 48-hour time frame with no charges. My soapbox rebuttal to that is if it was a judge's son, if it was the governor's wife, if it was, you know, somebody in authority that their child, their family member, their loved one was injured, much less or much worse, even killed. There's been so many people that have been killed by vehicles. when are the laws going to change, or when is the person going to be held responsible for rear-ending a cyclist? As a cyclist, we try to do our best to protect ourselves, but that is the one blind spot that we have. We can't see if the person's driving in the bike lane, or if they're drunk, or if they're looking at their phone or texting their friend that they're running late. That's our one weak area.
Which is another law, because they can actually just look at their phone and go, okay, yep, you were texting at the time you hit this person. So yeah, there's a violation of a law right there.
Yeah, and these people that are driving the vehicles that are injuring cyclists, trying to get healthy or trying to commute to work or obeying the laws that we all agree to obey, are not even getting any sort of charges against them. And the person's passed away. They're dead because of the incident, or their body is now in the hospital, and they have to go through some recovery process. And this person gets to get back in their car or get out of jail and go about their life. Yeah, they have to deal civilly, but who has money to hire an attorney to sue this person, and then hoping that the evidence is on your side?
Yeah,
which I don't see how it's going to be.
Michael, hold on for 30 seconds. I'm going to play this commercial. It's the 3-foot law commercial, and then I'm going to come right back to you. Hold on real quick.
Sounds good.
Were you aware? Texas has a law that commercial vehicles, when passing a road user such as a cyclist, runner, or walker, must obey a 6 feet distance between said vehicle and the road user. Texas also has a law that all vehicles, when passing a road user, must obey a 3 feet distance. Can you see me now? 3 feet, 6 feet. It's the law.
Now, I'd like to thank my beautiful Brian Michelle for making that commercial. But, there's a commercial vehicle law that you have to be, if you're in a commercial vehicle, you must be 6 feet between yourself and the pedestrian, the cyclist, or the runner. And obviously, any vehicle, non-commercial, must be 3 feet. And fortunately, like I said, knock on wood, I haven't had any problems with the vehicles where I ride. But there's folks, obviously, we saw a video from a young man over in Europe that, every 2 seconds he was yelling, hey, because he was getting cut off or whatever. Now, Michael, you ride up in Austin and other areas, and it is just one of those things like there's a lot of folks that are like, hey, my car is more important, or this text or whatever is more important than you on your bicycle.
Yeah, and it's easy to say, but pedestrians cross the street when, our light's green, we don't get out and hit them in the face or honk our horn at them.
Right.
Runners, they run against traffic because that's what they're told. Sometimes they do it in the bike lane, and we share that space because we understand that it's their safety. As we're cycling towards them, we move over a little bit. It's safe for everybody. But as an operator of a vehicle, and I would probably guess, I'm my own personal opinion, disclaimer, 90% of the people that ride a bike own a car, and we paid those roadway taxes, we paid the licensing fees, we pay insurance. We're the same as them. But for that 1 second, whether you're passing a motorcycle or a cyclist, just pretend that person is your best friend. Would you do the same crap that's going on? Would you still be texting if you knew that was your best friend running in front of you, biking in front of you, or walking across the street? It's a human interest of, treat everybody the way you'd want to be treated, and that's kind of where I'm at. If somebody that's cycling and gets hit from behind and the person drives off and the cyclist is left for dead, and that was the judge's son, would the guy still get to walk free? Or, would he be hung up in the center of town and made an example of?
No,
you could get as many ghosts. Yeah,
you're right. You're so right.
It's just a matter of treating everybody, that you see working out, exercising on the road, even in the other cars next to you. If that's your loved one driving in the car next to you, are you going to be doing 70 miles an hour on the highway, texting or looking at the map? I have another philosophy that I teach my lawn care guys is make every house like your grandma's house. You certainly don't want to make the house look worse, and you're certainly not going to, do a bad job at your mom's house or your grandma's house. And kind of the same thing on driving a car. if that's your grandma up there on a bike or your grandma running, you're going to be cautious. You're going to give space. You may give 20 feet if it's a family member.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just,
We had a young Ironman triathlete here in San Antonio, Monica Gaban, that got hit. Her and Veronica were out training. They were 6 weeks away from Panama City last year, or 2 years ago, I will say. And she got hit from behind by a little old lady that didn't see him. And that's always the thing. Oh, I didn't see him. But there's a lot of us that have flashers on our bike or wearing bright colored kits or what have you. You have to be able to see us. I mean, unless your sun is in your eyes, then you shouldn't be driving erratically, I will say. But when she got hit, the community came out as a whole, all cyclists, multi-sport, cycling, tour cyclists, racers, it didn't matter. The mayor was involved. All these people came out involved and go, oh, yeah, we're going to do much better. We're going to do much better. But then we still have people getting hit like once a week here in San Antonio, and it's freaking ridiculous.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the police officers or first responders should be given a little bit more authority to put some charges in. I mean, yes, it's all, made for TV movies, but you watch CSI and they find all this evidence and they're able to pinpoint where this person was from a hair follicle or a carpet remnant, but you're telling me the lady with a crashed in front windshield with blood on it, that, she doesn't get any charges. I mean, I don't understand how some of these people, even verbally admitting that you were looking at your phone and you rear-ended this person and you stay on the scene, you're like, hey, I'm really sorry. You know that you caused an accident and you caused this person to get loaded up in the ambulance and really have changed his life forever. That, there's no repercussions for doing that.
No, and we've got to do something to change it. I mean, I know the 3 foot campaign is out there. I mean, I know Mac Williams, the San Antonio triathlete's huge into it. You're into it. Myself is really big into it because we're all out there. We're not folks that come out there just on the weekends. It's our life. Being on the bikes, we do it. I mean, we're not millionaires. We're not going to win the next Tour de France or whatever. But hey, that's what we do. That's our life. These people go to clubs, or I'm just saying, these people either go to clubs or go wherever, and that's what they do. This is what we do.
Right, and some other people ask us, why do you go ride at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning? It's because people are still asleep.
That's right. That's right.
They're staying inside where it's warm. I'm on the verge, and I've already bought the domain name, but I'm on the verge of trying to put together sort of a campaign. I don't know if it's campaign is the right word, but passmesafely.org, and that really applies to everybody. Not just cyclists or people out on the road, but I mean cars. You see people tangling with each other, they move over, or you're going to pass somebody on the left and they speed up. It's really just a humanitarian thing of let's all just coexist and get along and get where we need to go. Otherwise, you could be in a very serious, situation, a situation that you didn't plan or you wouldn't want to see any of your friends, family, or loved ones, any person in that situation.
Yeah, because you're not just hitting the cyclist, you're hitting the cyclist's family, obviously their work, stuff like that, because, everybody has jobs. I don't care if you're saying, oh, I don't have a job. You actually do have a job because you're taking care of your family, taking care of your friends. I mean, obviously there's things out there that are stipulant of you, because if they, like I said, if they hit you, your family, you're going to get involved. Your friends are going to get involved. It's not just one person that got hit. There's so many other folks that are going to get involved because it affects them in some way or form.
No, totally. I mean, that's just one of those things. And the amount of time it takes to slow down to a reasonable speed, control your vehicle, and pass a cyclist is, I think, industry standards are somewhere between, 3 seconds to maybe 15 seconds, depending on how traffic is and what road you're on. And, it's just one of those things. You just need to pay a little bit more attention for that little bit of time frame, get around that person, and then, there's another guy up here in Austin that's really focused on the don't text and drive incident, and he's doing another kit with us with Passay, but it's not your job to text and drive. It's not your job to look at a map and drive. There's so many automated features or Bluetooth that you're able to get done, get going where you need to go. Like, everybody just needs to be responsible for whatever type of vehicle, whether it's a car, a truck, a commercial vehicle, or even a cyclist for that matter, is, control your vehicle and obey the rules. And, hopefully the number of accidents and casualties will go down.
So true, Michael. I really appreciate you calling, my friend. Of course, folks, if you want to get a hold of him, he does so much more than talk on the radio with me. Michael Boker of CyclingSwami.com and Passay Italian Cycling Clothing. You've got to find out from this guy. And like I said, if you're one of those folks that hey, I want to start riding, I want to learn, don't be afraid of the 3-foot law. Don't. There's so many bike trails, obviously, in Austin, San Antonio, Fresno, California, wherever you are. There are trails for you to ride safely. You don't have to be on the road like us crazy folks are. We do every day. But if you are a little intimidated by going into a bike shop, obviously go on to CyclingSwami.com, email Michael and say, hey, Michael, can you answer me this question? Why do you wear gloves? Why do you want to wear a helmet? It's going to mess up my hair, which I had one question posed to me a couple years ago. But there's so many things that Michael can help you with. So get a hold of him, CyclingSwami.com. And again, for the clothing, Passay, it's also on there as well.
Yeah, I appreciate your time, Mark. I love your show.
I really appreciate your time, Michael, because I know you're a busy, busy man.
All right, we'll talk soon.
All right, brother. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, bye.
Bye-bye. So, yeah, Michael Boker of the Cycling Swami. That's who you got to get a hold of. And this is Mark, while I speak for you. We're going to play a commercial, and then we'll be right back. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, $50 gets you your own commercial here on I Speak For You. How's that possible? Here's what you're going to do. Step 1, email us at info@ispeakforyou.net. We'll get in contact with you. We'll meet with you. We'll sit down with you, write out your commercial, exactly what you want to say. Heck, I will even let you make your own commercial. That's right, your voice, your words, your radio spot. What happens then is your radio spot goes on to all I Speak For You programming. You can take that radio commercial. We'll edit it, put your music on there, and then you put it on your Facebook, your website, your Twitter, your SoundCloud, whatever you want to do with it. It's your commercial for $50. That's right, from now until January 31st, $50 gets you your own radio spot. And then, hey, we can do it again in February. Get ready for the Valentine's Day sales. Get ready for Fiesta. Get ready for rodeo. Whatever you want to do, we can do it all year long. That's right. First person in the door, $50. Set your price throughout the year. Each month, it'll be $50. I Speak For You. Your radio, your music, your topics, your shows. I Speak For You radio and events are here to take care of you. Again, email us at info@ispeakforyou.net. We'll get a hold of you. Let's do your commercial now. Again, till January 31st, $50. I Speak For You.
And this is your
That's
rule of the week. USA cycling rule concerning helmets. At all times when participating in an event held under a USA cycling event permit, including club rides, any rider on a bicycle or motorcycle shall wear a protective, securely fastened helmet that satisfies the standards specified in USA cycling policies. Participating in an event means riding a bicycle in the vicinity of a race at any time between the beginning of registration and the last awarding of prizes. But it does not apply to riding rollers or stationary trainers in order to warm up. And that is your rule of the week.
Oh, yeah, folks. Thanks for listening to this week's radio and events. Again, free service for you. If you got a race you got coming up, an event you have coming up, you have something coming up, all you got to do is email us info@ispeakforyou.net. Find out what's going on. Let us know what's happening in your neck of the woods, and we'll put it out. No matter if it's in Texas, Oklahoma, Florida, California, Alaska, Hawaii, it doesn't matter. We are here for you. ispeakforyou.net. You can follow us online. Yeah, you got it. www.ispeakforyou.net. On Twitter, ispeakforyou. And on Instagram, ispeakforyou. And on Facebook, ispeakforyou radio and events. Thanks for listening. If you have anything, please, suggestions, comments, it doesn't matter. info@ispeakforyou.net. God bless, take care, and we'll see you next week on Radio and Events.